Welcome to Hats Chats and Giggles podcast. Join us to listen to the stories, voices and secrets that make our community so special. Together we will dive into the stories of the people who call Hattersley their home. From the wisdom of our older generation to the young voices of our future, we will cover a variety of topics, giving everyone the chance to voice their opinions on the things that matter most to them. So if it's dog dirt in the back alley, dodgy Christmas trees, or even inappropriate graffiti, we want to hear it, warts and all. So whether you're a lifelong Hattersley resident or new to the area, we invite you to join us on this journey through the heart of our beloved community. We'll explore the vibrant tapestry of Mottram, Longdale and Hattersley, from its history to its ever-changing present and the bright future that lies ahead. But hey, if you're not from Hattersley, that's okay too. We'll hope you'll find inspiration in our stories and maybe discover a sense of community that extends beyond our own town's borders. And maybe, who knows, you might even move around here as well. Follow us on our socials to stay up to date with the latest episodes and behind the scenes content. So if you have a story to tell, if you've got views on any of our content or even a joke you want to share, then drop us a voice note on 07365 223 720. That's 07365 223 720. Turn on, tune in, and rip the knob off to Hats Chats and Giggles podcast. Hello and welcome to Hats Chats and Giggles podcast. I'm your host Mark, and today we've set up in the amazing building called Hattersley Hub, and we're going to be speaking to the Hattersley Health Champions about some of the amazing work they do in the community. If you don't know what they do, stay tuned. We're going to find out all about it. In the studio with us, we've got Brenda. Say hi, Brenda.
Hello.
We've got Grenville.
Hi there.
And we've got Tosin.
Hi.
And Mike.
Hello.
Yep, that's right. Today, we're going to be speaking to the Hattersley Health Champions about all the work that they do. So, thanks for letting me come in and set up.
That's quite all right. Good to see you, Mark.
Yeah, can I just say something, Mark?
You better be good.
There's something about you today. You look different for all the good reasons.
Oh, thank you very much. Well,
Compliments.
let me tell you, I've been for a new trim. I look like a young boy today. I've been down to Matu Barber Company there on Market Street down the road. Big shout out to Jack and the boys. Thank you for making me look so young and dashing. Yeah, thanks for that, mate. Oh, yeah, thank you for that. I think you'll get a... So, guys, tell us about Hattersley Health Champions. What is it and who is it?
Hattersley Health Champions. We're patient volunteers at Hattersley Group Practice, running self-help groups to provide well-being stuff for people in Hattersley community.
Right, brilliant. Well, so what kind of stuff do you do then?
Okay, on a Tuesday afternoon, 1:30 till 3, which is where we are today, we run a craft work group, making things like hedgehogs from pom-poms, making jams and pickles, crocheting occasionally. What else do we do, folks?
We have sown some plants in the past, haven't we?
Yeah, we set plants off and then we plant them out in the garden that we've got at the practice, and that's kind of what we get up to in terms of creating things. What we do when we've created them is we can actually sell them at the makers market that they have here in Hattersley on the first Tuesday of the month in the morning, where you can come and buy something and get a free butty if you buy something from the makers market, which is really nice. So we're making things and selling them to help run the group, and we also feed people when they come along. So there's always some either sandwiches or hot food for people to have, and we have a good old chat.
Great. So, how did the Health Champions evolve from an idea to the group you are today?
I think it was set up by the doctors originally. They were setting up this. They wanted to bring the community in to work with the doctors and to get patients who normally would be sitting indoors, outdoors. So we worked quite hard, and it is hard work sometimes to get people to come and join us. But it all started originally. That's just a small way of saying how it was set up, and it did work, and it worked very well. Then COVID came along, and we kind of had to disperse, but we still met by Zoom. And there were lots of people that just wanted to come and chat. And what you found out about people was that once you got them outside of the house and mixing together, people just loved to chat and felt so much better for it. And that's why we got so much out of it, because you could see that some people I know, turned into different people with such a lot of confidence. And I was quite proud of some of the stuff that they've done since then. So even if we can only make a small contribution to the community and make people feel better in themselves, that's why I do it.
Wow, that's quite powerful, that. Me, as an outsider who sees some of the work you've done, and before I come on the show, I went and looked on your Facebook and I thought I'll get a bit of research. I've known you, Grenville and Mike. I've known you for a few years.
Yeah.
I never realised how much. I know you do a lot because I see you all the time, but I never realised how busy you was and how great it's grown. Because, and that's really nice to hear what you've just said, Brenda, because it is sometimes people just need to get out and talk and socialise.
It's just small things. It's small things. It's like big trees from little acorns. It's all that.
Well, speaking of trees, one of our biggest visual achievements is the Keep Well garden outside the clinic, which everybody walks past and they can see it. And
where's that?
At the clinic.
Right,
at the GP practice in Hattersley.
It was a grassy slope at first, but now it's been transformed. And that's all through volunteers as well.
That's amazing. You know what I thought you was going to mention? I thought you was going to mention the Christmas tree then. Shh, don't mention that.
It's too early.
So, what's been your most... I mean, I'm going to ask you this, Brenda. What's been your most memorable moment with the Health Champions? Have you got any for you personally?
Well,
I think you've just said it in one way.
I've just said it, really. I just think one person in particular, and I'm not mentioning any names, but this person, when I first met her, she's now a different person since she's been coming and doing stuff. And she blossomed, and she's now got the confidence to go out and do things different for us, for other people. She's doing in another way what we're doing.
Right, so you're kind of inspired.
And I just think that's, I say more power to her elbow. I think it's brilliant.
Right.
And I think that's the main object of our exercise is to, just get together and help one another.
Wow. Well, if you know that it's working, if you're inspiring someone to go on and maybe help someone else in some sort of way, or even just to get out of there.
I think my favourite bit was doing a series of murals with all the local schools, with schools in Hattersley, school in Mottram, school in Broadbottom. So I think we had 6 schools in total involved in primary schools, creating a series of murals about climate change. And that was really inspiring and really good, working with the kids and putting on their own art exhibition where everyone could come and look, see what they'd done, and then mounting all the pictures outside the practice. So they're all up there. Go and have a look. Yeah.
On Hattersley Road East there, I've seen them. I think it's great work. I think, like you say, it's community cohesion, and there's so many different tiers of what people are getting out of the work that you're doing. What about you, Tosin? Tosin, what are you doing back on the podcast? You can't get away from her.
Mine was a personal something, like a personal encouragement. During the COVID, I traveled out for charity work to Nigeria. And on my day coming back, I don't have a COVID-19 vaccine card. And without that, you can't get into the flight. I have to call the Hattersley Health Champion, Grenville, to get me my COVID-19 card. I had the
You'd had the jab, yeah.
The jab before I left and everything. But there's a series of questions that I couldn't answer. And without that, I'll just be stuck in Nigeria. So I have to call Gren and say, Gren, please help. I've only have 2 hours for my flight to depart. So glory be to God, he was able to do that. And since then, I'm so happy. Also, I like to be here at the Hattersley Health Champion meeting. You make new friends. It also reduces isolation because you can be very isolated at home, being on your own. There's no one to talk to. But when you come here, feel like a big weight off your shoulder.
Yeah, well, just getting out sometimes can make your day a lot different rather being sitting around and moping.
And I can make pom-pom.
You can make pom-poms. Okay. What about you, Mike? Speaking of pom-poms.
I don't do pom-poms, sorry.
Have you got any memorable moments from doing this work with the Health Champions that stick with you?
Well, it's all memorable, really, for me. I love helping the people in the community, but I also love helping the environment because we're all members of the award-winning HEAT, which is the Hattersley Environmental Action Team, and we go out litter picking once a month. And we have been today, haven't we?
Yep.
Where have you been litter picking today?
Broadbent Grove.
Off Clough End Road.
Right. So when do you run that? Every
month.
Every month on a Tuesday.
The last Tuesday of the month from 10:30 to 12:30 we do it.
And you can find out about that. How do you find out about
On
that?
our Hattersley Health Champions Facebook page, we always post a picture of where a little poster of what we're doing, where we're going, a couple of days before we do it.
Right.
This next one, though, that's coming up, we're going to be doing it on the bonfire site to clear up after the bonfire on the 5th. We're going to do it a couple of weeks after that.
Oh, nice work.
It's Tuesday is it Tuesday the 19th? We'll have to check the date, but I think it is.
Well, hopefully we'll get this podcast done. Beryl, she's been out raving in Ibiza again, so I don't know when she's back. But when she gets back, she's going to do the edit. Hopefully we'll get it out by then. So, for the benefit of the listeners, there'll be a link in the podcast description for the Hattersley Health Champions Facebook, and there'll be emails and other things if you want to get involved. Where have you been litter picking this morning?
Broadbent Grove.
Did you find any money?
Well, if we did, we wouldn't tell you.
No, I'm just saying, did you find any money or any gold?
No.
All right, because I've lost some.
Well,
so if you did find any, I'd like it returned. Yeah.
We'll keep our eyes peeled.
Okay, so
we have found money doing it. I think
that was mine. How much?
15 quid.
15 quid. It was mine. Where did you find it? So if you do find any money in Hattersley anywhere,
where did you lose yours?
Well, I lost it.
In the barbers.
No, it wasn't there.
It fell out my pocket when I come out the barbers on Market Street, but it was a windy day.
So it couldn't. It was Stringer Avenue, actually. I think we found it.
No way, that's where. We'll be right back after this short break. Beryl, get the kettle on.
Your guide to what's on in Hattersley. Mondays at Hattersley Hub, everyone's game, baby-friendly indoor fitness class at 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m.
ESOL English lessons 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m.
Bowls 12 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Time for a rhyme 2:15 to 2:45 in the library.
At St Barnabas Meeting Point, we have a Mind Community Hive for 8 to 18 years old at 4 p.m. till 8 p.m. in the Air Cadet building.
At Hattersley garden projects.
We have homeschooling sessions. At other community spaces, we have an everyone's game, the men's casual, 5A-side walking football at 6pm till 7pm at Kenward, St James Primary School, our rainbows, brownies and guides at 5pm to 9pm. Stay in play toddler group, 9 o'clock till 11 o'clock at Horeb Church. Term time only. Tuesdays!
At Hattersley Health we have art club at 10am till 1pm.
First Tuesday of every month we have Makers Market at 9:30 till 12:30. First call support appointments, IT Suite, 10am till 12.
Health Champions craft work group at 1:30pm to 3:30pm. And CGL appointments at 1pm to 4pm.
At St Barnabas Meeting Point we have a craft club at 7pm till 9pm. Last Tuesday of every month we have the heat litter picking across the estate at 10:30 to 12:30.
At Kenward, we have football sessions for 11 to 16-year-olds at 5pm to 6pm.
Wednesdays! At the Hattersley Hub we have Knit and Natter at 9am to 12:30.
We have Tiny Talk at 9:30 to 11:30.
Curling at 1pm to 12pm.
Tai Chi at 2 to 3pm.
Ivy Club at 1pm to 4pm.
Over 50 IT, 1pm to 3pm.
At St Barnabas Meeting Point where the St Barnabas Alpha course starts the 11th of September till 7pm. Everybody's game, walking football 11am to 12pm at Kenward. Thursdays!
ESOL English lessons 10am to 11:30am.
Tiny Tots at 9:30am to 11:30am.
Tea dance at 12:30pm to 2pm.
First week of every month, Parkinson's and Dementia Cafe at 1:30pm till 3:30pm.
The last Thursday of every month, we've got the Carers Coffee and Chat dropped in at 1pm to 3pm.
First Thursday of every month, Reading Friends at 1:30 to 2:30.
At St Barnabas Meeting Point, we have Barney's Tots, Parents and Toddler Group, 9:30 to 11:30.
The Art Cook and Taste 11:30 to 1:30.
Hattersley Garden Project.
Community volunteering at 10pm to 2pm. At other community spaces, we have the St James's Primary School, ARC, 3:30 to 4:30. Beginners Brass, 4:30pm to 5:30pm, Hattersley Brass Band. Friday!
At Hattersley Hub, we have Parents and Toddlers 9:30am to 11am.
Bowls at 12pm to 3pm. First Friday of every month, Citizens Advice, 9am to 11:30am, limited spaces. St Barnabas Meeting Point.
Food banks at 9am to 11am.
Community Citizens Advice Bureau Advisor at 10am to 2pm.
Bread and butter service at 1pm to 2pm.
Hats Creative Club ages 8 plus at 4:30pm till 6:30pm.
Hattersley Garden Project.
Community volunteering sessions at 10am to 2pm. Then at the weekend.
At St Barnabas Meeting Point.
Kickboxing Sunday at 5pm to 6pm.
Hattersley Garden Project.
Garden Centre open 10am to 3pm on a Saturday.
Community Garden Elderberries, Saturday 10am.
Vitality Garden Growing and Gardening at 11am to 1pm on Saturdays.
And that's all from your What's On Guide. You're listening to Hats, Chats and Giggles podcast.
What I want to know, there must be a lot of coordination going on. There must be a lot of things you've got to deal with.
Yeah.
Do you do all this voluntary?
Yeah, we do it all voluntary. We don't get paid anything for it.
Wow, that's amazing. So how do you keep motivated?
Well, for me, it's cleaning up after some untidy people after a litter pit. You can see the difference, and it's great.
Yeah, I think
It's a lovely place to live when it's clean. Some people can't keep it clean, though, but we're here to help.
Yeah, so some people like walk around the estate throwing the litter and all the everywhere, and you guys pick it up. Well, big respect to you. And maybe some of the litter, what are they called when they throw litter?
Litter bugs.
The litter bugs. Maybe they need to have a word with themselves, go and look in the mirror, and get down on a Tuesday to one of these litter picks, and do a bit to smarten up your community rather than moaning about everything on Facebook. You know who I mean. Yep.
Well, they're welcome to come and join us.
They're welcome to come and join us. Did they get fed as well?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, we have some food here afterwards.
Get fed.
Finish.
All equipment provided as well.
Yeah.
Nutritious meal.
A nutritious meal. Come and clean your own shit up. Anyway, so what's been the most transformative project that you've run? Because you do loads, don't you?
Yeah.
I think the garden, because that, I don't know whether the rest of the group agree, and I can't do as much in there as I did. I can now. The other guys do it all, really. But I think transforming that piece of hilly grass in the doctor's grounds into what it is now, and even the staff appreciate it, and in the summertime they have their breaks out there and they love it. So I just think that's one of the things that I think it's helped transform a bit of our estate as well as give people somewhere nice to sit.
Right.
I agree, actually, but that's an ongoing project. We still haven't finished there.
Yeah.
Right, unfinished business. Why?
Yeah.
What's your plan?
Secret.
Well, if you find any money down there...
It's yours, yeah, we know.
Or any gold...
I think that another thing that we do is run a cafe for people with Parkinson's and dementia. That's on the first Thursday of the month, again here in the hub. And that's been quite transformative. Edwin Crump, who was the founder of that group, died this summer, but he'd never met anybody that got Parkinson's before we set that group up, and that's what he wanted to do, to know what it was like for other people as well as himself. And that transformed his life, that group did. It was the last years of his life, but it made him a lot more pleasant and livable and inspiring. He even sang, we recorded a song with him, singing, what was the song we sang? What was it?
Winter Wonderland.
Winter Wonderland. Edwin singing Winter Wonderland. And it was absolutely beautiful, wonderful.
I noticed how, when you were saying that, how the passion in your body language about that, and I can tell you that was an important thing. And I think the work with the dementia group, I think that is really important to happen. Do you know what I mean?
It was one of the first projects, wasn't it, that we did?
Yeah.
And it was lovely, and he was a true gent, and we watched him slowly deteriorate, but we all grew to love him so much, and it was very sad when we lost him. But to know that people can get together and just for an hour or so and talk about anything in the world, and it just makes that difference.
And it probably made them last year's a lot more. It probably fulfilled them last year's a bit more, didn't it? So that's great work. It's quite touching, really, what we're talking about, and I really appreciate everything, the hard work that you do. I think by coming here, I've found out a little bit more.
One of the most successful things that we've, in terms of getting people to come along to it as well, is the Tai Chi group that we run on Wednesday afternoons here in the hub. And we weren't quite sure whether that was going to work. A lot of people are asking for us to do some form of gentle exercise, and it has worked. We're getting between 15 and 20 people come in every week to do that, and it's developed into a really close group and successful group. People are getting some exercise every week that wouldn't be getting exercise probably if they weren't coming to it.
It's out, you know what, you're doing great work. It needs funding, naturally. It needs some of the powers that be that have got all the bangers and mash to put some money into it for the benefit of the community. When's the Tai Chi again?
Tai Chi's 2 till 3 on Wednesday afternoons in the hub.
In Hattersley Hub?
In Hattersley Hub.
I might come down to that if I've got time.
Another one is walking football.
The walking football?
Yeah, we do walking football as well. We don't actually organise that. That's organised by Active Tameside. But it is another thing that quite a few of the champions get involved in. So that's on a Wednesday morning, 11 till 12, at the Ken Ward Centre. And if you can walk, it is good, walking football. A lot of people end up running, though.
Do you not get fouled? You don't get a red card for running?
You should get a red card for it, but I'm probably the chief runner in the group.
Right. Okay. So, what's the vision for the future of the Health Champions? Have you got a vision? Are you just gonna? I mean, you're doing loads anyway. I don't know how you could have a vision. I think.
Yeah, we don't really get time to have a vision. We just, we're too busy doing what we're doing. I think we've had an allotment patch for the first time this year, and I think we want to carry on working on that, because we're then growing some vegetables that we can actually eat and actually can make jams and pickles and things with, and that's been really good. So we want to do some more of that. Any other thoughts, folks, on what we do next?
We'd like to continue our annual Christmas party, which is free, totally free. We think nothing's free nowadays, but this is.
Right.
Free food, free entertainment, and it's just a free night. And we've been doing that more or less every year since we started, and it's very popular.
So where does that happen then?
Used to be at St. Bees,
Oh yeah.
but we might be going back there, or we might be here. We don't know yet.
Right, at the Hattersley Hub, right, yeah. So, what's your biggest challenge you faced as the Health Champions?
Money. We've not got enough of it.
No.
Yeah.
We're not finding enough on the litter picks, that's our problem.
Well, I've told you, if you find any of that, it's mine. But, I'll tell you what I'll do. No, I'll tell you what to do. If you do find any, it is mine, but you can have it.
Oh, thanks.
As long as it's not like, dodgy money. Or illegal money. I don't want anything to do with it. But money.
Yeah, money's one thing. Finding the time to get to do stuff is another one, because the time gets full really. So which is good in one way and constraining in another. But yeah, it's good.
So if there's anyone out there with a load of bangers in the pocket and they don't know what to do with it, throw it towards the Health Champions, because they do great work. We'll be right back after this short break. Beryl, get the kettle on.
Do you run a local community group, or have you thought about setting one up? Would you be interested in volunteering or helping a local group or charity to run their activities? For more information, contact Dawn by email on info@actiontogether.org.uk.
Are you a Tameside organisation who would like more opportunities to network and influence? Action Together are a not-for-profit organisation who are based in Tameside who can provide support for your group or organisation. Find out more on our website www.actiontogether.org.uk.
Do you or someone that you know find technology confusing? Are you finding it frustrating that everyone asks you to go online, but you don't know how? Well, PC Refurb, a local charity, are offering lots of free digital skills training at various places around Tameside. Or perhaps you are comfortable with tech and would like to give back to the community. We're currently recruiting people to be trained as digital champions, to train people in our groups. Another aspect of PC Refurb is refurbishing technology from companies that have computers or phones that for them are at end of life. But for PC Refurb, we are able to take those pieces of IT kit, reset them, and pass them on to individuals or organisations who need them. So using their skills in training and refurbishment, PC Refurb help to bridge the digital divide.
For more information, email admin@pcrefurb.org.uk.
You're listening to Hats, Chats and Giggles podcast.
What advice would you give to any other groups who might be listening, thinking, you know what, I want to set up something like that in my community?
I think I'd say just persevere at it, and as soon as you get started, you learn how to open doors and how to get things rolling. So you just got to have a vision and stick with it. Right.
So do you work with any other because you've got the Tameside Council, we've got Onward Homes. Do you work with any other does any of these people support you? Because the NHS, because they must benefit from some of this work, mustn't they? So.
Yeah. Our biggest sponsors for the work that we do have been GTD Healthcare, who run the Hattersley Group Practice, Onward Homes, NHS Property Services, Action Together. Who else? And the local council, or our local council have supported us too. So I think they're probably the main ones.
Right. So when you just said GTD Health Group, how do they support you in these?
Okay, they provide us with funds and provide us with direction. So personal support, to because we it can be a mental strain doing this stuff. And Kate Shelmerdine, who is the complaints manager, actually, she's one of our biggest supporters, and she's there for us to help with issues that we might not able to cope with otherwise. Every now and then, we call ourselves champions, but sometimes we aren't.
She's an outside eye, really, and she looks in from a different direction. So sometimes, what we might consider to be quite a big problem, Kate kind of looks at it in another field and she pulls us back in. So she helps us in that way, really.
Oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to give her a big hug. Yeah, that's for you, Kate, and everyone there at Hattersley Group Practice.
We need to thank the residents of Hattersley as well, because they support our events, and without them, well,
it'd be nothing. Well, so a big shout out to all the residents there. So
I think there's one thing we've forgotten.
What?
And that's the Christmas party, the part of the party where we collect presents for the local children and the children in Hyde, supported by Tesco and
Asda.
And Asda. And we start collecting round about December, and we had trolley loads of presents, which we kind of give out to all different associations for the Christmas parties, don't we?
Asda let us put a trolley in their store in Hyde for the couple of weeks running up to Christmas, and that gets filled about 5 or 6 times by local residents with presents, and Asda put some in as well. And then we take those presents, sort them all out, and deliver them to the food banks in Hattersley and Hyde, and they then deliver them to residents, families with children in need.
Oh, that's nice.
It's loads of presents as well that get delivered that way. It's amazing.
So if anyone wanted to donate presents,
Asda in Hyde.
Yeah.
Though we haven't quite got it in place yet this year. We're still waiting to hear back from them whether they can do it or not.
Yeah, so you're listening, Asda in Hyde. You're getting a shout out here. You better pull your socks up. So Heat, Hattersley Environmental Action Group.
Yeah.
You've organised loads of litter picks. How many litter picks have you done so far?
Well, we do 12. We do one every month, and we've been doing it for about 4 years. Is it, Mike, or 5 years?
Oh,
so say we did that. So that would be 60 litter picks. Probably about 80, because sometimes we do 2 a month, 80 litter picks. And we probably get, like today we got 25 bags of litter we picked up.
Wow.
And so if you want to know how many bags we've collected, is that where you're going with it? Let's just see. So say it was 60 times 25 bags. How many is that?
60 25s.
It's several thousand bags, isn't it?
I'm just going to get my calculator and work.
But it equates to tons of rubbish we've picked up.
It does. But how do you think that environmental work strengthens community bonds? How do you think that does help? Or?
It's getting people involved, because we do get volunteers who aren't champions turn up sometimes.
Right.
They're proud of what they've done.
There's something a bit rewarding about picking litter up, isn't there? When you do it.
Well, it's personal. You're out, you get outside, and you're getting some exercise. It's really good. It's good exercise, and it's good for your head, because you're outside. You're looking at nature. You're looking at things. You're chatting to people going by. It's really nice. It's really pleasant. In terms of how it fits in a bigger environmental picture.
I think because the environment is a big issue for me, but I can't do it anymore. As you say, I'm on crutches now. But to go out into the environment, which is lovely and clean, and it lifts your spirits, whereas if you go out and all you're seeing is rubbish, it makes you depressed. And you think to yourself, why do they keep doing it? So I just think that that lifts your spirits as well. Like I say, if you see somewhere that's nice and clean, you do grow to appreciate it. Eventually, hopefully, you'll convert someone else and then someone else to the fact that put your litter in the bin, don't throw it on the floor. Well,
there's only dogs that go around and leaving the shit everywhere, isn't there? Oh, shouldn't have said that. But is there anything else we've got to chat about while we're here?
We've got our finger in so many pies, actually.
Oh, go easy here, man. No, where's this going? Go on.
No, I'm just saying we do a lot.
So I've got one then. So if someone wanted to get involved as a volunteer, or maybe there was even some sort of philanthropist, I can't even say the word, philanthropist. I'll have to go and record this later on.
Philanthropist.
Yeah, if there's one of them, yeah. There's got to be an easier word than that. But if there's one of them who wanted to donate some money, or if there's anyone listening who's thinking, you know what, that sounds great, how would they get involved if they wanted to volunteer or anything like that? Have you got an email address?
Yeah, you can contact us by Facebook.
Yeah.
Or the email address is Hattersley Health Champions @gmail.com.
Okay, and I will add that to the podcast description. But thanks for today. I think I've learned a little bit more about you. I thought I'd done quite a lot of research, and I had, but I think what's come across is your passion for the work that you do, the passion for everything you do. And I'd like to say on behalf of society and the community, thank you for the work, the great work you're doing, and don't stop.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us onto your podcast.
Thank you.
Well, it's not my podcast, it's our podcast.
Our podcast.
But the money is, so if you find any, bring it to me, and maybe I'll give half to the Health Champions. So, on that note, thanks for coming in. Thank you for coming in. And I'm just going to go out on this one. Oh, thank you for listening. Oh, what's going on with my voice?
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Hats Chats podcast. Hattersley Health Champions. Check them out on Facebook. And if you want to get involved in any amazing work they do, get in touch with them. Or even if you live in some community somewhere and you think, wow, that's an amazing idea, I wish that was going on in our community, maybe you could get in touch and get some pointers. The big shouts that are going to go out are to Kate Shelmadine. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to Matu Barber Company down there on Market Street for me new trim. And tune in, turn on, and rip the knob off, folks. Mashed potatoes.
You're listening to Hats, Chats and Giggles podcast.
Thank you for listening to Hats, Chats and Giggles podcast. Don't forget to follow us on social media for updates. Just type in Hats, Chats and Giggles and you should be able to find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. Please follow, comment, subscribe to all our media channels. Do it now, else we're going to rush your doors and we're going to tickle you to death. And don't forget, if you're the local community group or business and like to come on the show and tell us what you've been up to, don't hesitate to get in touch. Or maybe you're a local resident with a story to share, a bee in your bonnet, or beef to get off your chest. Drop us a voice note on 07365 223 720. That's 07365 223 720. Until next time, folks, hate less, love more, make peace, not war, and tell your grandma thanks for the rabbits. Turn on, tune in, and rip the knob off to Hats, Chats and Giggles podcast. Peace. Thank you for listening to Hats, Chats and Giggles podcast. Don't forget to follow us on social media for updates. Just type in Hats, Chats and Giggles and you should be able to find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. Please follow, comment, subscribe to all our media channels. Do it now, else we're going to rush your doors and we're going to tickle you to death. And don't forget, if you're the local community group or business and like to come on the show and tell us what you've been up to, don't hesitate to get in touch. Or maybe you're a local resident with a story to share, a bee in your bonnet, or beef to get off your chest. Drop us a voice note on 07365 223 720. That's 07365 223 720. Until next time, folks, hate less, love more, make peace, not war, and tell your grandma thanks for the rabbits. Turn on, tune in, and rip the knob off to Hats, Chats and Giggles podcast. Peace.